Good evening. Tonight, we're going to do a little highlights. We have 3 issues. We have the Laugh Out Loud issue. We have the Make Magic issue. And we have the Give Joy issue. Let's start with the Laugh Out Loud issue. Let's see what this issue has. All kinds of fun things. That is quite a sandwich. This is from April of 2022. We are catching up or refreshing ourselves on some of this reading before we pass these magazines on to other kids to enjoy. This one's from December 2023, and this one is from December of 2022, so these are a year apart. And this one's from Easter 3 years ago. Let's see, there's the editor. She always reminded me of our old principal at the elementary school. Fly ball. I never was much of a batter. Then one day I swung like an ace. My home run hit blasted through the clouds and hurtled into outer space. But Coach didn't teach us about Martians, and I'm telling you, they play to win. Doesn't hurt to have 3 sets of arms when a fly ball comes sailing in. We did this, the bunch of bunnies. Dylan, where was the bunny?
The bunny?
Didn't we identify where the bunny was?
Bunny?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Bunch of bunnies. Oh, can you find the squirrel?
Squirrel.
Yeah,
He was right. Wait, I want to find it. Let's see.
Yeah. I think he was below the watermelon somewhere. You found him right away. He had, is that him?
Oh, yeah, that's him.
Okay, good. Yeah, we found the squirrel.
He's cute.
He's
I
a
like
cutie.
these magazines because they're funny.
And they have lots of puzzles, which we love. So we have April 1st, which is April Fool's Day, and then April 2nd.
I already have loads of jokes to pull on April Fool's Day.
Yeah. And April 22nd is Earth Day. This is an outdated calendar because this is from a few years ago, so we'll just skip over it. But my super duper pancake maker, and we love this, Dylan, because don't we go through and find all the different shapes?
Yeah.
This is what you have to find. Let's do an overview.
You don't have to, but I'm encouraging you, if you want, check out highlights because they are really fun magazines.
They are. Like, for example, the hockey stick looks like it's right there. So you just go through and it's just good puzzles for the brain. Scrambling for Easter. Owen took a deep breath to calm the butterflies in his stomach as he read down the list in his hand. Hot cross buns. Juanita and Rosie raised their hands. Orange juice. Joe and I have it covered, Harley said. Ham slices. Carter and Emma raised their hands. Fresh fruit. That's Lucy, Reed, and me, said Sam. And remember, everyone needs to bring a dozen hard-boiled eggs. Tomorrow morning, Owen finished, we'll decorate them with Easter stickers before our guests arrive. I'm glad you volunteered to be in charge of the Easter breakfast, said Ms. Williams, the youth director for the church. You have it all very well organized. Thanks, Owen said, feeling the butterflies settle down a bit as he gazed around at the decorated tables in the dining hall. I had a lot of help, he added, the next morning as Owen gathered supplies and the Easter sign he'd made for the hall. A note fell from his jacket pocket. Oh no, I forgot to boil my dozen eggs. He, let's see, I lost my place. Oh dear. Oh, he couldn't believe it. I guess I'm not such a good committee leader after all. It'll be okay, said Owen. Owen, Dad said, you have a lot on your mind. Besides, not everyone likes hard-boiled eggs. Owen nodded slowly. That's true. Not everyone likes their eggs hard-boiled. Oh, hold on. Okay, picking back up where we left off. That's true. Owen nodded slowly. Not everyone likes their eggs hard-boiled. An idea was forming in his mind. He told Dad about his plan. Perfect, Dad said. I'll help you. He grabbed the 2-burner hot plate from the garage while Owen found a couple of pans. On the way to the church hall, Owen and his dad made a quick stop at the store to buy butter, milk, and more eggs. The other members of the youth group were busy setting up for the breakfast when Owen and Dad arrived. They quickly carried the boxes they had brought and unpacked them. The butterflies were flitting around in Owen's stomach again. Dad set up their hot plate at the end of the serving table. Owen placed a frying pan on each burner. He put eggs, butter, milk, a bowl, and spatulas to the side. What's this? Miss Williams asked. I forgot to boil eggs for today, Owen admitted. Then Dad reminded me that not everyone likes hard-boiled eggs, so we are going to offer to make fried or scrambled eggs for them. That's a great idea, Miss Williams said. You really have thought of everything, just as a good committee leader should. Owen grinned as the butterflies in his stomach fluttered away. There's a page of about yous. All these kids from ages 8, 7, all these up to 10 from different parts of the country writing. Do you want to read one, Dylan?
No, sure.
Yeah, just pick one and read it.
I love shepherd dogs for many reasons. Here are three. They are cute, cuddly, smart. You will like them.
Samuel Ray, age 8, from Vermont.
Can I read all of them?
Yes, please. Just go across.
My brother is my favorite person ever. He is 10 and a half years younger. We adopted him at 11 days old. He is the light of my life.
Aww.
Margaret
Robertson, age 12.
North Carolina.
And use your reading finger if it helps you to stay on track.
I love strawberry ice cream because it's sweet and yummy. Nathan, age 7, Texas. I have 5 chickens. Lemon, Sissy, Sizzle, Nugget, Tangerine, and Sugar. They all love me and run to me when I go to them.
Caroline Klatch, age 9, from Colorado.
About you.
It's just stuff you love, things you tried, and what you wish other kids knew about you. Here, I'll read this one. I do karate and dance. It's kind of hard. First, I have to kick and punch, and then do all sorts of graceful things, but I love it. Lana Sater, age 10, from Virginia. I always go to New Hampshire for my birthday. Mount Washington is there, and it's 6,288 feet. I want to go there. Jack Lennis, age 7, from Massachusetts.
Can I read the other ones?
Yeah, read the last 2.
I am good at science. My favorites are physics and chemistry.
Awesome.
Jack, age 6, Illinois. Real quick, one comment. If you're watching this, Jack, shout out to you. I also love chemistry and science and physics. Yeah, my favorite.
So cool. Yes.
Anyway, let's move on. I planted a sunflower and a green bean plant indoors. The bean plant is starting to produce beans, and the sunflower is about to bloom. It's so neat.
Malachi Flugum,
Age 10, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. And
I
we love
plants.
sunflowers too.
That's the name of my band, the Sun Band.
Yes.
The sunflowers and the sun.
Very cool. Art for everyone. Okay, so this girl, age 12, is Chelsea, and she is giving art supplies away for 2 years now. And she's been giving art supplies to kids in foster care, shelters, and hospitals, and to veterans and other adults too. What a cool thing she does. There's just something about art, she says. It's so therapeutic and calming. It makes you feel happy. Uh-oh. I think that car is still blocking the driveway. Okay, back to the story. Healing with art. Chelsea learned the power of making art when she was 4. My grandpa passed away and I was really sad. Grandma told me to draw pictures for him. I put it in his pocket at the funeral so that every morning when he wakes up in heaven, he'll think of us. That really helped me get through that hard time. Chelsea also used art to deal with her feelings after being bullied. Dylan, I found that art can be a part of the healing process after the loss of someone, another trauma, or for whatever you're feeling, she says. It gives you a creative outlet to express yourself. It helps. Boy, she is spot on, isn't she, Dylan? So she talks a lot about her charity, and she loves, these are her favorite subjects and her favorite foods and books. People planters, look at this. So you need spoons, straws, produce bag, looks like a mesh, the rim of plastic lids, buttons.
I think I have to make one.
Yeah,
Those are cool.
Use the real plants as plant hair. We had a planter like that. We put one of those string of pearls in it, and she looked like she had like little braids. It was so cute. Plastic bottle pieces, cupcake liner, and you're gonna need thin cardboard, tacky glue, duct tape, cans. So I guess you just peel the labels off and glue everything together. Look, this one is cool. Glasses and lips. This one's wearing a suit and tie. I like it. Laugh Attack. And this is just a game, which we were gonna... Laugh Attack. What were you gonna say?
Pizza.
Just a game. Let's see. It's a wonderfully weird board game for 4 to 6 players. And based on the cards you draw, you move around this board and you just do whatever the prompts are saying to do. Pretty cool. It could be a game night thing. Oh, it's a long game. We have to like pull this out of the magazine and Xerox it. Draw a dinosaur morphed with any other animal. And you get all the way to the finish. A cat who wants to be an opera singer, act it out, and write a caption for this cartoon.
I know a good one. Meow, 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 meow.
Draw this character from memory with your eyes closed. That's pretty cool. Oh, look, there's a cat doing meowing too. Okay, Passover teamwork. Our family gathered around the table for the Passover Seder. Dad begins with blessings in Hebrew. I'm 8, so I know the words and sing along. Dad says, now it's time for the 4 questions. This is a special job for the youngest person at our Seder. Everyone looks at my 4-year-old sister Miriam. She's the youngest, definitely not me. Last year, she was too little to ask the 4 questions, so I had to do it. This year, she's been practicing, but Miriam doesn't say anything. Mom leans close and whispers the beginning. Okay, John, I need your help. Ma nishtana halila haze mikol halelat. Am I saying that right, Seder? Miriam still doesn't say anything. Instead, she crawls under the table. Dad turns to me, Nathan, as the next youngest person at the Seder. I could read the Passover story, I offer. I'm a good reader. Miriam can't read yet. She memorized the 4 questions from a recording, and I feel something poking at my leg. I lift up the white tablecloth and see Miriam crouching underneath. You can do it, Miriam, just like you practiced, I say. Ma nishtana, she whispers. She points at me, urging me to sing, and then hides her head in her arm. I say to Dad, I can lead. Who knows the answer to 1? I won't run out of breath on the super long part of the song like I did last year. Dad says, sure, but first the 4 questions. I sigh. I sing the opening of the 4 questions as fast as I can. No little kid could go this fast. I take a breath for the next phrase, and I feel a tugging at my pant leg. I pick up the tablecloth again. Shebekal halelat, Miriam whispers, prompting me on the first question. If she knows the words so well, why doesn't she sing it herself? So, I am the one who asks why we eat only matzo. Everyone around the table watches me. Okay. Actually, these are good questions. It makes me remember the first time I sang the 4 questions at Passover, Seder, and how I cried because everyone was staring at me. I wonder if Miriam feels the way I did. My sister whispers the next line to me, and I lift up the tablecloth a little more and smile at her and say thanks. I sing the second question about eating bitter herbs. Miriam whispers the Hebrew to me again, and I ask the third question about why we dip foods. Just before the final question about why we have pillows on our chairs, I pause. I hold out my hand to Miriam, and she takes my hand and gets into her seat. I nod, and we sing the last line together. Then we turn to Dad and wait for the answers to our questions. Spinning galaxy. When galaxies spin fast, they can develop beautiful spiral arms. The same thing happens when you stir cream in a drink. The galaxy in this photo is called NGC 1232. It is so far away that the light we see today left the galaxy some 65 million years ago, about when the dinosaurs went extinct. NGC 1232 may look a lot like our own galaxy, the Milky Way, but no one knows for sure because we can't see our galaxy from the outside. NGC 1232 has its name because it is the number 1232 in the new General Catalog, NGC. This includes a list of thousands of objects in the sky, including many galaxies. The astronomer John Dreyer published the NGC in the year 1888, so I guess it's not so new anymore. Okay, cheese recipes, Dylan. Look at this. April 12th, well, this was, what year was this again? 2022. So in that particular year, April 12th was National
Cheese Day.
Grilled Cheese Day. So they want everyone to send in photos. This is I'm a pasta spaghetti grilled cheese, and this one is the ricotta with pesto, tomato, and mozzarella. And this one is a pepper jack, salsa, and bacon sandwich. And this is just a classic. Wow, look at that bread. Okay, 5 questions for Teresa Jillian. The humor writer shares some tricks of the trade. Okay, number 1, as a kid, were you a class clown? Definitely not, she says. I wished I were outgoing and funny, but she was a good listener and observer. Number 2, how did you start writing humor? I was writing fiction for kids and wanted to make it funnier. So I started researching humor, analyzing jokes, and trying to figure out which one made me laugh, and I found patterns. Number 3, what kind of patterns? Many jokes are based on simple principles, such as comparing things that don't belong together, putting a twist on well-known facts or phrases, or exaggerating to the point of ridiculousness. Good timing and being at ease are important too. Number 4, so people can learn to be funny. Some people seem naturally funny, but anyone can learn to be funnier. I wrote one of my books, The Joke Machine, to teach kids the basics and help them craft a silly line. Jokes and pranks are both based on surprise. To make someone laugh, answer in an unexpected way. To pull a good prank, interrupt an ordinary moment with a trick that no one sees coming. Pretty good. And then number 5, any other tips for kids? Start with the simple, silly jokes and pranks because they're easy to remember and pull off. To be truly funny, be yourself, and when you're with friends and relax, try to be funny naturally by answering in a way that's quirky and colorful but still fits into the conversation. Making someone laugh is one of the best feelings in the world, and laughter helps us connect with others, build trust, and overlook differences. And also I think being funny is you can start by being witty, and it's just like peppering the conversation with something that's just smart and intelligent, but also kind of silly. And she's right about making someone laugh is one of the best feelings in the world. And I also think it's good for your health, Dylan.
I'll have to do another YouTube video about it.
Exactly. I used to always say, my motto was, every time you laugh, you add 2 minutes to your life. So I really think laughter is a healing. Goofus and Gallant. There's a bit of G&G in all of us. Let your Gallant shine. Goofus expects his dad to play even when he's sick. Oh yeah, we know that one. Can I get you anything? Asked Gallant. Goofus takes things that don't belong to him. Gallant leaves other people's items alone. Okay, so let's read these together, Dylan. I felt like Gallant when I got dressed and did my math without being asked. Tallulah, age 6 in Oregon.
I felt like Goofus when I called my sister what does that say?
A liar.
A liar. Easter, age
Esther,
8.
Wisconsin.
I felt like Gallant when I went around the block with my friend picking up trash.
Mm-hmm.
Greer, age 10, Texas.
Very good. Okay. Oh, and we already read this one, Achenio and the Water Hyacinth. This was a beautiful story about these flowers that kept growing in a river to where they couldn't put their buckets to get water. And everybody said, oh, these, let's kill these flowers. Let's pull out the roots and let's pluck them out and get rid of them. And every day they would go and pull the flowers out and leave them on the side of the water, the bank of the water. And then they would get their water and they would pull the plants out and the roots. And finally one day the girls said, why are we wasting these beautiful flowers? We could just take the pile and go home and dry out the stems and the roots and repurpose them and make baskets. And this whole thing was inspired by a true story. But eventually they learned they wove together every day after school, mother and daughter, and they made beautiful baskets that they used, and they also gave them away to the town people in the town. And then she learned how to become an excellent weaver because of her mother. And then she started doing a weaving class with her girlfriends her age. And so then it just became a town tradition. It was a great little story. And then these are poems. Dylan, do you want to read some poems? Pick one.
Can I read the whole thing?
Yeah, of course. Colors.
Colors of my day. When I wake up, I feel like a beautiful blue sheet of paper. Right into school, I feel like gray shades of green.
Glad shades of green.
At school, I proud orange.
Use your reading finger.
Proud orange rushes me over when I get to the problems right.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow green comes when I play fun games at recess.
Mm-hmm.
At lunchtime, pizza and mac and cheese make me feel loved like bread.
Mm-hmm.
Books can be exciting when, what's that say?
When cerulean, like cerulean, or sad like violet. Yay, colors.
My pony,
Daphne. Ooh,
Gabriel. Age 11, Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Mama Bird.
Nate.
Age 5 in California. Look, there's a nest eggs. Okay, peace is love. Peace is sharing. Peace is always caring. Even when you're at your worst, there is always someone with so much love they're about to burst. Love is family. Love is friends. Love is where your home is. Always remember, peace is love. Peace is sharing. Peace is always caring. Even when you're at your worst, there's always someone with so much love they're about to burst. Freya, age 9, Washington. Under the Sea. Rocco, age 7 in New Jersey. Boy, he's a little artist. I like that shark and that octopus. Balloon Bee, Parker in Alabama, age 7.
Spring, you took all the snow. How do I know? It was the last night.
It was here
last night. But now it's all sunny and bright, and no snow in sight. I don't even try to deny it. I'll just spy it. You took all the snow. If not, where did it go?
Parvati, age 8 in New York.
Yay.
Okay. My dog, Biscuit's ears. I felt many things in my life, blankets as soft as velvet, my dad's beard, soft paper, not to mention this paper. But all these things are nothing when compared to my dog Biscuit's ears.
Right now in South Pasadena, it's 53 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast has rainy weather with a low of 52 degrees.
That's if you need the weather here and if you live in California.
Look at this beautiful hand by an 11-year-old. Wow. Okay, sitting by the tree. Read it with me, Dylan. The sky is so blue, the grass so green, the leaves of my tree float away in the air so clean. Bark is tough, roots secure. One of the only ways I get better is my tree's cure. I'm glad trees are here, keeping the air clean. Thank you, trees, for giving us air during COVID-19. Gavin in Tennessee, age 10.
I love that one.
Mm-hmm. Ever wonder why we don't ever see the sun at night, but sometimes we see the moon in the morning? Ooh, we asked astronomer and author Ken Croswell, PhD, to help us with your question. The sun and the moon are different. We often think that the sun rules the day and the moon rules the night. That's kind of right, but not totally. The sun shines all the time. Even it shines during the day when we see when we see it, and even at night when we don't. As Earth turns, sometimes we face the sun. That's when we get the day. When Earth's spin turns us away from the sun and we are in the Earth's shadow, we get night. That's when people on the opposite side of Earth face the sun. Those people have day when we have night. The moon is a different story. Unlike the sun, it doesn't make its own light. Moonlight is really the sun's light bouncing off the moon back to us. The sun lights up only the side of the moon that faces the sun. At full moon, the moon is on the opposite side of Earth from the sun. Then, the side of the moon facing Earth is all lit up. During full moon, the moon rises around sunset, shines all night, and sets around sunrise. But moonlight is so bright that you can sometimes see it during the day too. A few days before full moon, if you look east in the afternoon, you may see the moon in the sky. And for a few days after a full moon, you may spot it if you look west in the morning. This month, full moon is April 16th. The moon is most difficult to see at new moon when its orbit puts it between Earth and the sun. Then the side of the moon facing Earth is dark and we can't see the moon. At all. So in this particular year of this magazine, the new moon was on April 1st, April Fool's Day. Maybe hiding from us is the moon's joke. Wild ideas. Oh, Dylan, look at these. Look at this. A snake collar. Dog ear protectors. Oh, that's clever. Helium backpack. That would be cool for school. Motorized ice cream cone. It rotates the cone for you. That's a lazy person, huh? High five machine. Oh, we need one of those. So every time we do a high five, we kind of miss each other, huh? A gerbil vest. So stylish. Well, we're going to be doing our own little vest that we're creating. I mean, actually, it's a jacket, isn't it?
Oh, best jacket. We might make different copies of it.
Sled pants. Pretty cool. Okay, April Fooling. April Fool's Day is usually a pretty big deal around my house, so I understand wanting to come up with some good pranks. Last year, my mom happened to have a dentist appointment that day, so while she was out of the house, I said to the rest of the family, "Hey everyone, this is our chance to play a funny trick on Mom." Dad agreed. She'll be home around 6, so we'd better act fast. We talked a few ideas. "Let's pretend Charlie and Cal turned into unicorns," said Indy. We all liked the idea, but although we had a fairly easy time finding unicorn headbands in our costume box, we had a not so easy time getting the cats to keep the headbands on their furry little heads. Oh yeah, see, look, they're trying to, that looks just like what a cat would do. Get all annoyed, huh? "We could pretend our milk turned green," said Tex, holding up some food coloring. "That would be great," said Dad, "except I just used the last milk in my tea." He thought for a minute, then with a mischievous smile, he pulled a bunch of wiggle eyes out of a bag. "What do you say we use some of these?" We decided to stick 2 eyes on every apple in the fruit bowl. "Hey, apples," Tex commanded as we all giggled. "If you don't stop staring at me, I'll gobble you up." "They're still staring. You better start gobbling." "No," yelled Indy, "that would wreck the surprise for Mom." Speaking of surprises, Dad said, reaching into the bag again, "How about we put this little critter on the plate with some cheese? That mouse looks totally real." "Mom is going to reach for a piece of cheese and then jump straight out of her chair," said Tex. "I bet you're right," said Dad. "We better prepare an extra fancy dinner to make it up to her." "Hey," I said, "speaking of extra fancy food, do you think we have any gelatin in the cupboard?" I just had an idea for some April Fool's drinks. My idea ended up working perfectly, but it took a while longer than I'd expected. It was lucky Mom didn't get home till 6:25. Sorry I'm so late, she said. I swung by the store to pick up a few groceries and the checkout line took forever. No problem, honey, said Dad. You're just in time for an extra fancy dinner. Please have a seat right here and your servers will bring out the first course. My goodness, she said as she sat down. Is there some special occasion I forgot about? Yeah, Tex blurted out. It's April. Shh, Tex, Indy whispered quickly. I said, I think Tex was going to say it's a particularly perfect evening for an extra fancy dinner. Indy smiled. Now, close your eyes, because the first course is kind of a surprise. We placed the bowl full of Wiggle Eye apples and a cheese plate with a real-looking mouse on the table in front of Mom. When she opened her eyes, she was so surprised that she made the world's funniest noise and jumped right out of her chair. April Fools, we all said together. I knew you would jump out of your chair, Tex said proudly. Mom laughed and said, you really got me. Then she went to take a sip of her drink and laughed even harder. Hey, she said, holding her glass completely upside down. My drink doesn't want me to drink it. The gelatin made it stay in place, Indy giggled. We ended up laughing all the way through dinner. Then Mom said, you know what? All of this excitement almost made me forget that I picked up some ice cream from the store as a special treat. I bought whipped cream too. Hang on, I'll get it. To be honest, I was feeling a wee bit suspicious. You see, Mom wasn't normally big on desserts. Plus, she pretty much never buys whipped cream. Anyway, as soon as we all took gigantic bites, yuck, they all cried. April Fools, said Mom. There was no ice cream in your bowls, just a squirt of whipped cream and a sprinkle of salt on top. No fair, said Indy. All's fair on the first day of April, Mom chuckled. Luckily for us, she gave us new bowls filled with actual ice cream and whipped cream on top without a single speck of salt. So, dear jokester, of course you can come up with all kinds of fantastic April Fool's ideas that don't have anything whatsoever to do with food. But all of the wacky things we thought of with my dad were really fun to make and turned out to be funny surprises. Basically, if your jokes and pranks are fun and safe for everyone, it should be a great April Fool's Day. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, this is the last Ask Arizona I'll ever write because I was just invited to be an acrobat in the circus. And I'm leaving for my first performance in Australia tomorrow. Haha, just kidding. April Fools. Ciao for now, Arizona. And then why do people decorate food? These are just brain play. Okay, Zip, what's your favorite action word? What's your favorite action word?
Pow!
I like Zam. Wait, what do they say on Batman? Swoots. What do they say?
Swoosh.
Zoosh, or I don't know.
Bam.
They always have some funny little
I like pow.
thought clouds or whatever. Why aren't farms usually in cities? Which is closest to where you live, another state or another country? Which feelings are hard for you to control? Name an animal you'd be surprised to see in a tree. Yeah, definitely a cow. What signs of spring do you see outdoors and indoors? Okay. If there were no such thing as sleep, what would that be like? Whee! What do you think people like about antiques? What interests you now but didn't interest you when you were younger? Okay, this is the end. Okay, Dylan, last part of this magazine, this little rag mag. Last one to the finish line has to clean up the slime, says the little slugs. Why did we sign up for my gym class? Only 5 more hours till we get to school. Okay, jokes and riddles. A book never written. Practical Pranks by Joe Kerr. Okay. Who helps a soccer ball superhero? What is the loudest? Okay, let's see what's the answer. Who helps a soccer ball superhero? A sidekick. What is the loudest state? Alabama. What is the cat's favorite color? Purple. What do you call a dog magician? Harry Houdini. A book never written. Sandwiches and how to make them. Silly. What did one cactus say to the other?
Looking sharp today.
What is a frog's favorite time to jump?
Spring.
Yep. Okay. So these are just advice,
Tic-tac-taco.
and they have kids can write in. How do I not act rude towards people who are difficult to be around? I need this advice because I get a little reactive, but give yourself some space from them. You don't have to be friends, just respectful. I just try to be nice to people like that. That's good. Tic-tac-taco. To solve this spectacular puzzle, talk about what each row in every direction has in common, and then look closely in case so you missing something. Oh, I love this, a play on words. Okay, so this is, what do we have here, Dylan? We've got classic beef. It looks like sour cream, salsa, lettuce, and cheese. That one's missing a lot of ingredients.
Just meat and cheese.
Yeah, look at this one. This one has like a pepper, lots of lettuce, and this one has no pepper, and this one has sour cream. Cool. Okay, Dylan, last part. What's wrong? It's up to you.
I know. Can I do this? I'm an expert at this.
Yes.
Why is
Start at the bottom. Let's work our way up.
why is there a sheep here? Why is there that animal there?
A ram?
A ram. Why is that lady carrying a big bone?
Yeah, big giant bone.
Danger, falling socks.
Socks? Oh my
And
god.
then
Why is that
there's
guy snowboarding?
Why is there an artist in the middle to walk? Why is that tree walking and has a backpack?
Yeah.
Why is there a window there?
Why is that guy carrying a large spatula?
Why is there a chicken on the...
Oh my goodness. Let's see here. So many things to check out. Just so many things. This is fun.